Season of the Chosen wraps up in just a couple of weeks after the Guardian games around May 9th. Today we are going to dive through some theories on where the story may take us next after Kaido's alliance. Will we meet PRAEDYTH and save him from the Vault of Glass? Will we stop the Psions that plan Zavala's assassination, or will it be something else? Let's discuss. Our first theory is something involving PRAEDYTH. Now I talked about this a little bit in my last couple of videos, but the only solid evidence we have for this is the Vault of Glass returning. So given how content has released in the past, we can assume that the story may remain the same, kind of like they did with the strikes they brought back with the Fallen Saber and also Sepix. For example, in those strikes, the dialogue is the same as Destiny 1, which a lot of people didn't really like because it doesn't really flow with what's currently going on, but that's how it released. So the Vault of Glass could be like this again. The same story we remember from the first game, just played again in Destiny 2. Or the other option is they can tie this into the story of the season itself and save a character like PRAEDYTH. This could be the main focus of the season, save him from the clutches of the Vex. We haven't had a Vex season in a while. We just had Cabal with Hive and then Beyond Light before that. And PRAEDYTH is a pretty big legend in the lore. Imagine being sent out to save someone like that. According to the Aspect lore book, it seems PRAEDYTH may be planning an escape. I mean, who wouldn't if they were trapped in time like this by the Vex? In this book, PRAEDYTH created a device. Using this device, he contacted the copies of the Golden Age researchers. This was the Ishtar team on Venus that got trapped by studying that Vex goblin. They are or were also in the network with PRAEDYTH as well. The lore book then goes on to talk about how they worked together. This allowed PRAEDYTH to send some pieces of gear through the gates. A big example of this was the No Time to Explain. Towards the end of the book, PRAEDYTH realizes there's some energy spikes, meaning he could possibly send some larger objects through the gates as well. Now unfortunately that's where the book ends, so it kind of makes it seem like PRAEDYTH was trying to send himself through the gate network at some point. In my opinion, this would be a pretty cool storyline for a season if you ask me. Our Guardian going into the vault to save one Guardian that first entered these dark corners a long time ago. Next up we have the Psions. So Psions are no stranger to the Vex network either. This has been a thing for a very long time. The Psions have those mind-reading abilities and technocrat leaders that have been experimenting with the Vex all the way back since Emperor Callus was the leader of the Cabal. Back then, there was a scientist named Freeborn Atzat. This Psion wanted to keep the other Psions imprisoned under the Cabal as it meant she had more control, she was much more stronger, and had more authority. So before this time when they merged with the Cabal, the Psions built this thing called the Oxa or OXA machine. This was a device able to perceive the future. Now it was said that this thing was destroyed when the Cabal took over the Psions a long time ago, but that scientist Atzat rebuilt the device and Emperor Callus praised her for it. So as mentioned, Callus wanted to free the Psions from the Cabal control, and Atzat did not like this. For that reason, she used the Oxa machine during Callus's coup, and her current whereabouts are a mystery. There's then other Psions like Kargan, who was trying to access files to the Vex network pertaining to Maya Sundaresh, it would seem, trying to create an Oxa device of his own, and possibly trying to contact Atzat.
Location secured, Commander Zavala.
Good work, Guardian. What intel did you discover?
There's only one data artifact here, labeled Oxa, and it's seriously corrupted. Metadata says it was last accessed by an Atzat centuries ago. What is Oxa? And who is Atzat?
So Kargan is dead, but what about Atzat? Given this information with the Psions in the Season of the Chosen trying to take this info from the Vex network and use it to their advantage in things like assassination attempts, could Freeborn Atzat make a return, and was she behind the plan to take out Zavala?
I didn't order this. Bring me the one who pulled the trigger. They'll know who did.
Now you might question that at first. In the helm we hear Kaido kills the scion that I believe was the sniper.
Only one of these soldiers stands before me now. The scion Valir faced his death with honor, but his accomplice, the scion Kalek, chose to run, to hide. Kalek is a stain on our history, a traitor. I revoke the name Kalek, for a coward has no name under the Empire. These traitors did not work alone. I will find the others, and they will meet this same fate. We are one cabal, and we strike as one fist.
But right after this, if you talk to Crow, he says that Zavala has tasked him with hunting down those who were responsible. So either those scions planned this and they are all now dead, or someone else planned it and sent them in to do the job. So this next one is kinda random and there isn't really much evidence for this, but what if we head back to one of the planets that the darkness engulfed? Maybe Titan or Io is transformed and swarming with darkness, and the Vanguard sends us in to investigate what's going on here. This doesn't seem too far off in my opinion, but would Bungie add this back for a season and not a major release is the question. They did say that the content vault is a place where stuff will disappear to free up space when needed, but they also said they can bring it back in the future. It's not gone forever in some cases. Of course though, that would also mean getting rid of something else, so I just thought I'd throw this theory out there. And lastly, we have the Mithrax and a Fallen alliance. So we are now somewhat allies with Kaido and her cabal, it would seem. Perhaps this may even go further with other enemy races before Witch Queen or even Lightfall. In Beyond Light, we saved some Fallen that were trying to flee the ways of Aramis and the darkness. This was that sort of mini mission where the skiff was hanging there and you had to free it so it could fly away. So once you did free that thing, these Fallen went to regroup with the House of Light and Mithrax, or that's where Varix sent them.
My friend, thank you. Soon the Elixni who still know hope will flee to safety. Mithrax, the Light Kel, awaits them. For a Kel, he is young, untested. But my people dare to hope, yes.
A shame about Aramis. And now the ragtag survivors are off to join Mithrax. How many Kells of Kells are we up to now? Will the fourth time be the charm? The fifth?
So Bungie bringing back the House of Light and Mithrax, or Mithrax, however you want to say it, after 0 Hour, shows that he's still relevant in the story and could have a bigger part to play in the future. Will it be next season? That's a good question. So regardless of what actually happens, it would seem that we are setting up to get a big resolve or a big moment with Xivu Arath. This all started a couple of seasons ago in the season of the Hunt with the High Celebrant. This season we learned that Xivu destroyed the Cabal homeworld Tora Battle, so what's next? We do know that Witch Queen was supposed to release in September, so that means that this next season would lead right up to it. So the question is this, did Bungie keep the seasonal story, perhaps something tied to Xivu Arath that would lead up to Witch Queen? Or did they scrap that and switch it around when they decided to delay this expansion and give us something else story-wise right now? Now when thinking about the Witch Queen and the Vex specifically, there's also Quria Blade Transform, which was a Vex Hydra that was taken by Oryx a long time ago and gifted to Savathun. So this Vex mind was taken by Oryx partially, it still has control over some of its mind, and is very, very powerful. So could Quria be a seasonal boss, or would they save that for the Witch Queen itself? Seems like a pretty big antagonist. Anyway Guardians, that's all I got for this video. Let me know your theories down below on where the story may take us next season in your opinion. If you'd like to see some more Destiny stories and mysteries just like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. My name's Evade, and I'll catch you Guardians in the next one.